Welcome, welcome, welcome to Pitch Sensations, where the vibe is real and we scratch with no hesitation. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and a special shout out to all my subscribers. We starting a new series, and it's titled "Allegedly Game." Game in this instance means knowledge. Game has a few different meanings. I guess I'll have to make a video on that in the future. But right now, we talking about Allegedly Game series. And first to scratch, we got an interview with Chico Lopez, how he got into the dogs and his first dog. Okay, with that being said, hope everyone is having a great day and enjoy the content. First, I would like to start off by saying thank you to my good friend Chico from the Bronx for allowing SB Magazine to do this interview. We know how busy life can be when you are taking care of these dogs, so we truly appreciate it when someone such as yourself will sit down and do an interview. Well, I know that with the recent events, you would expect us to dig in and ask you about the ordeal up in the cold country. But honestly, we are a magazine about the dogs. So we will get on to a better subject. How did a mild-mannered Latino transform himself into the legendary Chico from the Bronx? And where did you adopt the name Yardboyz? The new name was created by my closest friend and partner, Wacky, and me. We wanted a name that would reflect our roots in this game. One can only be proud to say that he cleans up, feeds, and waters a yard of dogs. You are not a true dog man if you don't do these things yourself. Well, my first bulldog was my Bruno dog. And in fact, he was a blessing in disguise. I didn't even want a dog, but my friend asked me to hold a pup for him until he could sell it. I didn't want to, but I did it as a favor. He returned later that day to pick up the pup, but my boy kept crying for the pup. So I gave him $40 he was going to receive for the pup. I learned all the things that I learned in the beginning from trial and error. It's funny looking back at it all, but I had fun. Chico told me some really funny tales about this dog, and if you ever get a chance to talk dogs with him, don't forget to ask him about some of them. This dog was raised as a house dog for the first year of his life. So when he finally tried walking him on concrete, he was scared and had to be taught how. I felt that he was special. So after looking at him a few times, I decided to try and find a contest for him. I was walking one day and I saw a man that would later turn out to be Big Apple walking a dog. Excuse me. I got excited and asked him to find me an opponent. And he naturally had to take a step back and evaluate this person who had to be a cop. After calling around and finding out that I wasn't bad news, he extended his hand as a friend and a mentor and taught me a lot about bulldogs. We looked at Brunoboy and he told me that I had a good one, but that I should let him mature. I did just that, and he developed into a fine animal. Chico went on to have some very tough competitors. For his first few contests, Brunoboy was hooked into Latin connection and was able to pull off a win in hour 9. Considering how tough these guys are, it is amazing that he was able to keep up with their dog, much less win the show. He was then matched into the Get 'em Boys Blackjack, which he won in 49. After parting ways with Big Apple for unknown reasons, Chico then went back to reading everything he could get his hands on about pit bulls. I met VA and he had heard about Bruno, so he referred me to Cuban Missing Link to get my dog conditioned. When CML saw me, he explained that since he liked the dog, he was shaping for free. CML had him in the Sunshine State 10 days prior to the show, and he was beautiful. I received the dog from him and went on to doing what I felt he needed and almost ruined his career. He accidentally got loose and ate so much dog food that he weighed 50 pounds, and he was contracted into going at 46. I had only 1 day left, so I ran him, walked him, and gave him 3 cc's of Dex. When CML saw him, he asked, "Where's the dog I sent you?" Brunoboy made weight, and even though I did a lot of mistakes, he won impressively. Bruno was famed for the first 11 minutes, and when it was finally brought to the attention of the ref, he was unfamed. He went on a serious nose assault and had Raging Bull Kennels Rowdy Red in trouble and out of there in 37. Brunoboy was given a loss on a foul when after 2 hours and 27 of a gamely won battle, he was fouled out for having a blunt silver cap on his bottom cutter. The other side was well aware of the cap, but only decided that it was an advantage once they lost. That says a lot right there to me. Now, this is just my opinion, you know. If the cap was blunt, why even put it on there? You know that. And see, Chico, you talk about you learned your standards and camaraderie from the drag racing. This sounds like cheating to me. Just straight up. Let me carry on. At one point in my life, I was going through some serious family troubles, and I felt that all I had was the love of my dogs. I looked into Bruno's eyes and told him that if he gave up on me, then I would give up on life. He gamely got up and destroyed the Nino Brown dog and motivated me into seeing that nothing in life is as bad as it seems. After this dog's career was over, Chico had to regroup and decide which direction he was going to take as a dog man. He went to G-Bell and bought his pick of the litter, Cheyenne. This is one bad bitch. Trust us when we tell you that all of us would like to own a bitch of this magnitude. She once ended the career of a bitch from Bailey in one bite. She produced Angels champion Homicide, Fat Boy's Crazy Daisy, 2-timer, champion Awesome Buck, and Awesome Bull, 1-timer, in just 2 litters. These are not all the good dogs out of the 2 litters, but they are all the dogs that I could keep track of. The rest was sold to people that never let me know how the dogs turned out when they bought them. So, sounds like you was peddling from the beginning. Hey, do what you gotta do. I ain't mad at you. That's the story on champion Bruno and how Chico got into the dogs. And the next chapter, the next scratch, I'm debating. I'll let you know on the next one. I want to thank everybody for watching, listening, and tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of Allegedly Game series. And till the next time, scratch straight and true. The problem solver, we out.